Hey guys, Rich Pasini from rjpasini.com. You know, did you guys know that you could fix your photos within eBay? I don't know if a lot of you knew about it. I didn't know about it for a while, and then one day I just came upon it. I was exploring. I'm curious by nature, as a lot of people, as I always tell you in my videos. So I decided one day to check it out. And you know, sometime before I even found out about this tool that was already built in there, I know you might say, you need to tell me you've seen that there was, you never knew about this? At the time I didn't. And I'm just sharing, that's why I'm sharing with you guys out there, because maybe you guys might not be familiar with it. But you ever have it where you're taking a picture and the picture's either too light, too dark, or you know, maybe you might want to crop something out of it. Maybe you took a picture and something was in there and you wanted to get rid of it, you didn't want that particular item in there. Well, there's a tool that's built in within eBay. And you know, for those of us who aren't professional photographers, you could do a lot of fixing and touching up right within eBay. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go over here. Now, I'm putting this up here. These are one of the things I talked about in my other video that I was going to be putting up for eBay to sell, and I'm getting ready to put this up. And you know, when I was taking the pictures, I noticed that they're kind of small. You see here, they're small. And you know, you want them I want them to be a little larger, you know, a little more vibrant, you know. So what I did was I went over here, and here's the thing: if you take multiple pictures like I have, remember your settings and follow the same settings all the way through. For example, this one here is I'll show you right. Well, first off, here's the bottom right here. This is what I'm talking about. You could also delete your photo too if you don't like it, but here you could do an auto adjust, you could sharpen, you could adjust the brightness and contrast, you could rotate the picture, you could also crop it. Now for those of us who are not aware of this here, I mean, think about it. Sometimes we just post pictures up. Who thinks to sit here looking at these things here, right? I mean, I didn't even think about it when I first started. So basically, this would be for the eBay, the newbies, the people that are just starting out in eBay. So if you're having problems taking pictures and they don't come out right, well, let's say you got a picture that's upside down like that there, don't fret when you load it up to your computer. Just come down here to the tool and you can rotate it around. And if there is something within the picture that you want taken out, you could crop it. But you know what I like about the cropping tool? When you crop it, when you crop the image, it also becomes bigger, okay? So, for example, I started off with this one here, all right? Now, when I did my adjustments, okay, when I adjust the brightness and contrast on here, I can't do it now, but I had all of these, you slide these over. Now, I can't do it right now because it'd be too bright, but because I already adjusted it and I saved it for that shot, right? It was 5240, that's what it was. Now, what I'm saying is, remember these adjustments. Okay, now if you got multiple pictures like this and some are dark, remember these adjustments, okay, the brightness and contrast, and follow it through on all your pictures. Okay, now for example, I didn't do it on this one here. So if I go over here and I say, let's see what happens. We make this 5240, just to bring it up like that, right? We don't want to go too much, I know. And we want the contrast to be 40 because that's what the other ones are. Okay, now the picture looks a lot better, right? Okay, now I got to follow suit the same thing, because see, now this picture here wasn't touched up, so this is more darker. Okay, so I'm going to do again, go over here, and it's important. I think it's important to keep all the figures, you know, the same. You know, suppose you went to see you did 57 and then you did this here, let's say 57 or 62 or whatever. I mean, it's not that bad. The picture comes out pretty decent, but it's always good to keep it the same way. So we're going to keep it at 5240. Okay. Now, what I want to show you after I save it, you could also sharpen it up. Getting that, my mouse, I'm trying to get that last thing there, right there. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we got that there. These are all set for these, you know, the adjustments here, the contrast and brightness are all for 5240, which is good. But remember I said this picture here was kind of small? What I like about the cropping tool, folks, is watch what happens when you crop it, okay? You're going to click it on, and you get this little box here. Stay within the perimeter, right? You want to stay. You want to make sure you get your object in there. You know, the full thing in there. For example, you want to get this here. Yeah, for example, I'll show what I'm talking about. You want to make sure you get the object in there, within the 4 square, right? So now, once you get this here, right? Watch what happens to the picture when you save it. It becomes enlarged, which is good, right? And you could still make modifications to it too, folks. That's what I like about it. Now, because I did it with all the other ones, I got to do it with everything else now because it wouldn't look right. So we already saved it. Let's click on another one because this is small. Same thing. Crop it. Make sure you get all your characters in there within the square. All right. Try to get as close as possible because the closer you get it, the bigger the image will be. Once you save it, boom, it's done. Same thing with this. Now, there's nothing wrong with keeping it the size it is, but I think people like to see the image in its full entirety. I know I would. I like it. Okay, so we're gonna move this over here, move this way here, like that. All right. Make sure you get all your everything's covered here. Save it. And the reason why you might say, well, maybe I'll just do it for the first one. No, you might want to do it for all of them. Because for the simple reason is, you know, you want to make sure everything stays the same. Now, this picture, I did a close-up here. I'm not going to make this any bigger. I mean, I could crop it here and make it bigger, but what's the sense? I want to focus on the small objects. So same thing, we're going to do it here. I think you get your just fit. Hope you don't mind me doing it now. I might as well do it or else I'll forget, right? So click it on here. Save it, same thing, the image will blow up. And I don't know if you guys, like I said again, I don't know if you guys were aware of this here, but I figured let me share it with you for the newbies. Now the new one, now the people who are seasoned sellers, as I always use, I like to use that phrase there for the people that have been doing this for many years. They probably know about this already, but for the newbies, they're probably not familiar with it. I know I wasn't. I was going crazy for the longest time, saying, what am I going to do with this here? What am I going to do? Now, here's another thing too. If you got to sharpen an image, now, let's say you want to make this here a little sharper. Now, I could click this here and make this bigger, but this is the bottom of the base, okay? What I want to do is, I don't want to do anything like that. Now, if it's too bright, it could also work in your favor too. You could also lower it down like that, drop the contrast down, the brightness, and just take a little over here away. But it's always good to let them see exactly what's going on here. The reason why I did that, and also, if you made a mistake, you could cancel out, or if you don't want to, if you want to go back to its original setting, you could have it do auto adjust, and it'll do it, okay, automatically for you. But you could also cancel that, so don't think it's set in stone. But for the most part, I think we're going to leave it like that. But what I want to do is I want to sharpen it up a little. I want a little more clarity. So I'm going to sharpen this up here, and you can see it looks a lot better now. Same thing. Now for your main photo, okay, which is this one here, if you don't like the way it looks, again, you could probably reset it, auto adjust it, which will bring it back to where it was, if I'm not mistaken. But I want to just sharpen up just a tidbit. I don't want to do it because then I got to do them all. But if you really do it, look at this here, it comes out grady. So make sure you do it to your liking, okay? You don't want to overkill it either, because then it makes too grady. The picture, might distort the outlook of it altogether. Okay, so that's what you got going on. And then again, once you get it where you want it, I'm just going to tone it down just a scotch. All right, like that. But you might say, well, am I going to do the rest of them? No, not necessarily. I'm not going to do all of them like that there. This is the main photo. But I just wanted to share that tip with you guys. If you didn't know about this here, about the retouching your photos within eBay, now you do. I hope it helps. Just a little quick tip from Rich Pasini. Thanks again, guys. I'll talk to you the next time. Bye bye now.